What's up guys, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the G-Shock Rangeman GW-9400. This review is going to be a little bit more unconventional compared to the other reviews on YouTube. I'm not going to be going into detail about the watch functions and different modes that the watch has. I'm just going to be talking about it in terms of a comparison compared to some of the cheaper models, and if it really makes a difference compared to some of the cheaper models. If we have a look at the watch, compared to some of the cheaper G-Shock models like the GD100, in terms of a design point of view, it does look a bit more premium, I would say. This is due to some of the metal pushers or buttons, if you like to call it that, and then the back of the casing where it says Rangeman looks a bit more premium as well. Also, the feel of the resin, it does feel different compared to the cheaper G-Shock models. It feels a bit more matte. Perhaps it's a bit more durable compared to the resin on the other devices. One thing I'm a little bit unsure about this model, it seems like the buttons are a bit more exposed compared to the other models. This might be due to it being, a harder material and metal slash maybe aluminium used on the buttons, which make it a bit more durable. I suppose plastic is more likely to chip off easier. For example, if you compare it to the Mudman G9300, I believe, it seems like the buttons are much better protected. It's got a lip around the buttons, which is quite nice, and underneath the button, the button on that is casing. So it's like rubber casing, and then underneath that you've got plastic pushers, so perhaps that's a bit more mud resistant, I'm not sure. But in terms of exposure of the buttons, it's a bit more well protected. But what I can say, the bezel around the watch face is elevated higher, and that obviously protects it from contact to the screen, which is very nice. In terms of the display, what I've noticed on the Rangeman, it does seem more faded compared to some of the other models. This may be due to the power level being on medium, but there's other displays that are clearer. But in terms of the readability, I think compared to some of the negative display G-Shocks, it's much better. Some argue that the negative display looks more futuristic, looks a bit more cool, but it really depends on personal preference, to be honest with you. But overall, from a point of quality, there is some upgrade in terms of the way the material feels, so especially the resin, the finish on that, and some of the buttons. It does feel more premium. In terms of durability, I'll be honest with you, the cheaper G-Shocks just seem just as durable. The main difference, I would say, is the buttons feel of higher quality, but I'm just comparing it in terms of a design and quality point of view. But overall, it does look more expensive. However, if you're concerned in terms of durability, I think the cheaper G-Shocks will do just fine. They're all 200 meter water resistant, rated to 20 bars, so you should have no problem. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope this review has given you a bit of an insight, and look forward to making more videos.